friends, how are you guys doing today? It's like a beautiful day out today. It was a little bit cold earlier, but now it's like hot. I turned the sprinkler on I put it under our trampoline. The kids loved that. So yeah, anyway, tonight I'm starting a series on the income producing activities that you should be doing and also some mindset tips. You see, I talk to entrepreneurs every single day in this group, people that book calls with me, and I see a theme where people want to, reach $5,000 a month every single month, or $10,000 every single month, or even more than that every single month. And so they're kind of building up, they're getting close, and they think, okay, I just got to do more. I just got to work a little bit harder. I got to put in more time. I got to do more activities. And so when they list off this list of activities that they're doing, I always ask them, because I help people grow their businesses, so ask them how much money they make and how much they want to be making. Those two things go hand in hand. And so I say things like, okay, you want to make $5K a month, you want to make $10K a month, how much are you currently making? And sometimes the answer is like zero. Sometimes the answer is just a couple $100. And while that's awesome, great job, it just goes to show that all these activities that you're doing are not really making you any money. And so you're kind of spinning your wheels, you're putting in a ton of effort, and it's not paying off for you. And it's really frustrating. It's really exhausting. It makes you burnt out. It makes you overwhelmed. It makes you want to quit half the time. I get it. And here's the thing. When you're scaling to those 5 figures and beyond, even 5K and beyond, it's not at all about how much work you do, having a laundry list of activities that you're trying to get through every day. It's about having a handful of activities that you do every day and you do them really well. And so over this week, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the activities and some of the mindset that you need to have in order to get to those consistent 5K months, those consistent 10K and beyond months. So tonight I'm going to share with you about value. So if you're brand new to this group, I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for being here. If you are brand new to me, my face, my name is Brittany Budd. I am the facilitator and creator of this amazing community. And like I say, I'm super excited that you're here. I hope you find a ton of value. I'm a mindset and business coach, and I help online CEOs to build and scale their businesses to 6 figures and beyond using organic social media marketing strategies. Okay, so all of June, I've been doing this whole, we're in the last little bit of Q2. Let's kick butt, you guys. Let's really, make a buttload of money so we can set ourselves up for the last half of the year. And so because I really want you guys to have this, I have been giving away content and value and all kinds of great stuff all month long in an attempt to help you make this happen for yourself. So the first week we talked about business stuff. I forget what I talked about last week or 2 weeks ago. Last week was all about money mindset. This week, like I say, it's all about the income producing activities, the handful that you should be doing. And then next week, I'm going to do the 7 mistakes that entrepreneurs make that's stopping them from making money. Oh, week 1 was what's stopping you from making more money. And so it was just it was just a theme, but now I'm talking about mistakes. Next week will be all about mistakes that entrepreneurs make instead of tips. Also, if you haven't had a chance yet, go to the Units tab, my signature program, which is all about mindset and manifestation and money making. 12 units in the Units tabs. Go check those out. I'd love to hear how you're enjoying it. Also, last night, check for the post, the Brittany Budd Branding Academy, which is a 7-class series on how to create a brand, how to make a brand that's really memorable, the different pieces and moving parts that make a brand really impactful to somebody else, makes them want to follow you, makes them feel good when they see like your brand, makes them want to buy from you, which is super important. So go check that out if you haven't already. And so tonight I'm talking about value. Okay, so a lot of people really struggle with this whole giving value thing. They doubt themselves. They feel like they don't really know what to say. They feel like they don't have enough experience to give value to somebody else. They get big time imposter syndrome, where, you know, if you're not familiar with imposter syndrome, it's basically you kind of convince yourself that you don't have the knowledge, experience, credentials, whatever, to share your knowledge, share an opinion, and help somebody else, because you like don't belong there, right? It's kind of like you feel like you're a little fish in a big pond and you don't belong, and you're just kind of like, I hope no one notices I'm here. And so when we have these types of thoughts, it makes us hesitate to provide value. People also really struggle with, what is value? Is it just content? So I can just make up content, but how do I give value? And so value is essentially giving something to someone else that they can now take and use and implement in their life, in their business, with their kids, with their spouse, with their cooking. It really doesn't matter, but you're sharing your knowledge with the hopes that, and the intention that, you're going to positively impact somebody else and help them. And so I encourage people, giving value is like one of the only, I'm only giving you a handful of things here, but giving value is one of the key things that you need to be doing out in the world for your audience every single day if you're trying to make $5,000, $10,000 more a month. It doesn't matter how much you're trying to make. Even if you're only trying to make $1,000 a month, you need to give value to people. You need to give them information that they're like, wow, hi Leandra, I really appreciate learning that. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing your story with me. Being a little bit vulnerable, being authentic, being a genuine human being is about giving value. Okay, so a big marketing strategy is to just go out into the world and give a shit ton of value. Now, a lot of people get really caught up in like link dropping. My group, as well as millions of other groups, like I allow promotional threads tomorrow. And I encourage people, and instead of just like, oh, hey, I'm a coach, book a session with me, bleep, here's my link, bye. That doesn't work. And if you were on my coaching session, I did free coaching on Saturday. There's actually 2 videos because I thought Facebook like shut the door on me halfway through, even though it was still working apparently. So I shut it down and started again. If you go check those out, you'll hear me talk about this. People that just kind of like, someone asked me like, how do you feel comfortable allowing people to, hi Shannon, this was your question. How do you just feel comfortable allowing people to sell in your group? And see, here's the thing. I know I give a friggin' ton of value in here every single day. I know that every person in this group, if they're still in here, they're in here for me. They're in here to learn from me. They're in here to get support, get feedback, get encouragement. Great question. I will answer that. I'm not doing coaching right now, but I will answer that. Just give me 1 second. And so here's the thing. I don't mind allowing people to sell their stuff in here because I'm the one giving the value. I'm the one building the rapport with people. I'm the one that people are seeing every single day. I'm the one that everybody's getting to know, like, and trust. I'm the one that people really want to work with. And so when you're floating in to these threads and you're just dropping your link and then piecing out, you're not talking to anybody, you're not providing any value, you're giving zero content, no one knows who you are, and you just dropped a link and pieced out, no one's going to buy from you. Now, yes, there have been amazing connections made in those threads. Lots of people are buying from each other, but it's because I push you a little bit further and I say, don't just drop your link and peace out. Sell to us. Tell us why we should open up our wallets to you. Tell us who you serve and how you serve them and why we want to be served by you. What problems do you solve? And so I push you guys to have a little bit more of a conversation. But in a lot of groups, it'll be like, drop your Instagram handle. And people are just like, hell yes, here's my Instagram. Bye. And then they're gone. That's not providing value at all. That's like a... what's the word I want to use here to describe this? It's almost like, not cowardly, but it's just like a cheap out. Like, oh, I shared my link today, tried to build my business, did my best. Like, no, you didn't. You dropped your link and you left. And so there's no real work on your part, but you feel like you've done something because maybe in that thread of 50 or 100 or 1,000, if you're in really huge groups, someone might see my link before it gets gobbled up by all the other people commenting, and they might click it. But that's a terrible marketing strategy, you guys. It's all about providing value. And again, value is just like sharing tips, sharing tricks, sharing hacks, sharing your experiences, sharing your story. Anything, hi Hillary, anything that makes someone else go, wow, thanks for that. I really needed that. What a great tip. Okay, so number one, income producing activity you should be doing every day is providing value, particularly to your audience. Make them want more from you. Flex on them, you guys. Show them how smart you are. Show them how valuable you are. Show them how much you can help them. Show them how much you know. Give them value all the time. Value always comes back to you. Think of value the way I talked about money last week. It's an energetic flow. It's in, out, it's in, out. Every time you give value, for free, for paid, it doesn't matter, but particularly for free, it comes back around to you. Okay? Maybe you get a new client. This is how I've grown this group. One of the strategies in how I've grown this group. I go in other groups, and when people are asking questions, particularly about growing groups, I give them a tip. I don't just say, hey, I have a great free training here, bye. Which I do have a fucking awesome free training, but I give them a tip. I'm like, dude, the number one thing you need to do is name your group really well. There's a formula for it. Here's the formula. Also, I have a really great training, so if you want more information, just let me know and I'll send it to you. And when I do that, I usually end up with like 20 to 50 new people asking for the training a day. In a day, every time I do that. And so guys, ask yourself, how can I give really good value every single day? Like I said, these are income producing activities that need to be done daily, okay? Give value. Now, let me scroll up. Shannon asked, do I think all prices should be in the US or Canada? It depends on where you are, and it depends on your audience. Now, I'm in Canada. I make it very clear that my prices are US. Why is that? Because 90% or more of my clientele are in the States. I have almost no clients in Canada. Most of my clients are in the States. And so for ease, for me and for my clients, I keep it in American straight across the board. I've always done it that way. And when I started, I asked my coach at the time who was in the States. You know, no one's ever given me a break because I'm Canadian. Like, you guys all charge in American. No one's ever said, oh no, the exchange is so shitty here. How about I just charge you in Canadian? They've always just been like, sucks to be you, man. And so I asked one of my coaches, I said, okay, I'm starting to charge for, this was like my challenge that I did 1,000 years ago. I was charging $47 for a 21-day challenge on being fearless. It was friggin' amazing. And I said, what do I charge? And she said, charge in US. All your clients are going to be coming from the States. And she was right. So again, where are most of your clients? If they're like local to you or even like mostly in Canada, you might want to stick with Canadian. But if most of your audience and your buyers are coming from elsewhere, you might want to make it easier for them by making it in their pricing. Thanks, Corey. All right, you guys, that's it. I'm talking about value. These tips that I'm giving you guys tonight and over the next week, they're going to be great, okay? But just because I'm telling you the activities that you should be doing every day to grow your business, that's not enough to help you actually grow your business. It's going to help for sure, but it's not going to give you the momentum that you need. It's going to take some mindset work. It's going to take real marketing and sales strategies. These are generalized tips for everybody, whether you're a coach, a network marketer, you have a virtual assistant business, it doesn't really matter what you have. So these are really general. If you want to take this very seriously and get detailed, specific tips and guidelines on what you should be doing, you need to book a call with me right now, brittanybudd.com/strategy. One conversation is all it takes for me to figure out and tell you how to get your business from where it is to where you want it to be. So brittanybudd.com/strategy. I can't wait to hear from you and help you grow your business. You guys have an amazing night, and I will see you all tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about... I'm just like looking at my list and like picking whatever one I want to. Being a real ass human. How does that sound? All right, you guys, tomorrow, be a real ass human. See you then.